Hey, welcome to Authentic Represent 201. I am not going to do a fun, happy intro or anything. Obviously, we all know what happened today, the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And I never met Charlie Kirk. I've never met any of these right wing influencers or activists. I know who they are, and I've been in rooms like where they have been, but I've never had conversations with them out saying, like, hello, nice to meet you. Like cordial stuff, right? But today is basically exactly how I pictured everything would happen had Trump been killed a year ago in his assassination. And I don't think people realize the very dark turn in America we're about to be in. For those who don't know who Charlie Kirk is, which I listen, if you're not online or into politics, don't interact with Zoomers, you honestly probably have no idea who Charlie Kirk is outside like the South Park episode that aired 2 weeks ago, or like the videos that happened. Right? Charlie Kirk founded a thing of TPUSA, and it went to college campuses all over America, where he basically did the Jubilee debates and had these quote unquote controversial, conversations with people. Look, he's a very, he was a pro life Catholic and like real pro life, where like in vitro is, bad and all the other shit. But that's who he is, and he was, he stuck to his beliefs. It wasn't a performative thing like a lot of the pro Palestine people on the left. And we're gonna get into all the nonsense that is happening on Bluesky because boy, a lot of people. If the FBI was functional, which it is not under Kash Patel, there would be a lot of fucking investigations that need to be going on to what the fuck is happening on that website if they're Americans, because it is a shit show of people celebrating things. For those who don't know, Charlie Kirk is what's a good comparison to this? Was the Gen Z male, like if you were a guy, Gen Z under 27, was there Taylor Swift, right? Like, and I think the outrage they're feeling and the pain and sorrow they're feeling, right? I'm not a Charlie Kirk person, but I'm upset. Also, we really need to do something about the fucking algorithm on Twitter, because this is how I know. I was filming my TV show. We're on day 3 of it, and I have notifications turned on for Caitlin Collins' tweets because she is hot and I trust her. She tweets out that Carly Kirk was shot, and then immediately 2 minutes, I retweet it. Immediately 2 minutes later, I see the video, right, and then I see a lot of point of view videos, right, of the bullet going through the throat. And look, man, we've seen enough movies and TV shows. There's just no way he was gonna live through that. Okay, because I saw the video and I'm like, dude. And then I saw the other video of the behind point of view, like the people who were behind Charlie Kirk, and they were on the rooftop, not on the rooftop, but the camera was pointing towards the rooftop, and you can see the dude on the rooftop who immediately after the Charlie Kirk collapses gets up and leaves. And right now, the FBI is not the person they were questioning. Did not, first of all, the old guy that we saw in the video go viral, he did not kill or shoot Charlie Kirk. The white guy with the Muslim name or Arab name, who was just released from questioning, also did not shoot Charlie Kirk. Okay, we do not know who killed Charlie Kirk at all. But I will say is, if it's anything like the sorry, the trans mass shooter that shot up the Catholic mass thing, whatever race or ideology, when they find the person, because this is a man of epic proportions, that they're going to find this guy and they're going to make a name of this person, just like they're going to do with the guy who killed the Ukrainian woman on the light rail. And I'm going to have a whole thing about that tomorrow, because I really am tired of the nonsense from the left right now. Because in reality, I was truly thinking about, I don't want to make this about me, but we're going to do this about running for Senate in New Jersey in 2026. I don't know if I want to run as a Democrat. I really don't know. But, like, can I run as a Republican? I do believe in universal health care and all this other shit. And we're going to get into this. thing, but the Democrats are too fucking lax on crime and the way they're celebrating. There's just a festering cancer in this country, and you can't blame Trump for it. Okay, the only reason Trump is like in power is because he was able to see the cancer and use it to his own advantage. Okay, Trump is not the fucking reason things are the way they are. If he sped up the process, so now we're at the end game of all of this, and this is the new America. Because look, if the shooter, the person who killed fucking Charlie Kirk, is a fucking pro-Palestine leftist or a fucking leftist or a trans person or a Muslim person, whatever the fucking, choose the identity politic of the left stereotype, that person or that ideology or race is going to be labeled an enemy of the state completely. It's going to be very bad. I do not think, first of all, let's talk about this. I don't like Hassan Piker, but Hassan Piker and Charlie Kirk were supposed to have a debate at like Birmingham University in 2 weeks. Ben Shapiro just immediately canceled all his things because he knows this is the thing. Look, Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro are the right wing. I'm not mean like right, but I mean like right wing Republican version of the Pod Save Dorks and Brian Tyler Cohen, right? Like in terms of like fan bases and whatever. Charlie Kirk is dead now, and it's horrible that a guy who is my age, right? He is my age, and all my Zoomer neighbors are obsessed with Charlie Kirk. And it's the only reason I kind of like understand the right wing shift with Zoomers, because it's not like, oh, we're Republicans. It's more like a cultural thing, and not like a we love Jesus type cultural thing. The whole situation. But I am just so angry at it. And look, and now I want to get into the news. I don't mean the news, but I mean like the media. So, oh, sorry. Yeah. Within seconds of the news breaking that Charlie Kirk had been shot, MSNBC, which hasn't turned into MS Now or whatever bullshit, went live with speculation. Katie Tur, who I like, who I think is awesome, and I like her husband, right? Openly wondered whether Donald Trump might use the Charlie Kirk shooting as a justification for something bad. Her guest, Matt Dowen, claimed Kirk's rhetoric was responsible, saying hateful thoughts lead to hateful actions. And Alan Smith from the MSC Politics wondered aloud if conservatives might now take over Washington, like what after a Doge staffer got mugged. Listen, I think all three of them, you have to put them away for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm sorry. I'm not. This was beyond stupid. The video was out there within immediately of Charlie Kirk getting shot. Katie Tur, you were better than this. Okay? Like, I don't know what the fuck is the stupidity, because this is about as dumb as the fucking. It's not 10 o'clock yet, so I haven't. The show where everyone yells at Scott Jennings and Abby Phillips pretends she's a moderator has not aired yet, but I can only tell the stupidity that's going to happen on that show later tonight with that stupid blonde Zoomer and all the other bullshit. Right? Now, they went on this saying all this while viewers were just learning Kirk had been assassinated. Well, he hasn't died yet, but it was very obvious he was going to be dead. And this gets even worse when you consider like who Charlie Kirk really was. More than anyone else on the right or even like the left, Charlie built his platform on a good faith effort to model civil political discourse. His entire project was dedicated to reaching across the divide, debate issues in public, like the Jubilee thing, and showing young people that speech, not violence, is the way to settle political disagreement. You're mad that he thought men shouldn't be in women's sports? Guess what? 80% of the country also agree men shouldn't be in women's sports. Just because you chop your dick off and all the other shit. You're offended by that? I don't give a shit. That's an 80-20 issue. Right? But Charlie Kirk was literally the speech nonviolence guy. And yet, the left, we don't know. I don't want to say the left tried to kill him anyway, because we don't know who the fucking killer is. Okay, we don't. So I'm not going to say that. But let's step back. This isn't happening in isolation. We've had multiple assassinations against Donald Trump literally a year ago. The assassination of the Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, the shooting of the state senator John Hoffman and his wife, the Luigi Mangione situation with Brian Thompson. And look, a lot of people are saying that's justified because the healthcare system kills people and we demand free healthcare for what we pay. And there's just a real rage right now tumbling, different types of rage in America, and now the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Political violence is contagious and it spreads, and it's not confined to one side or belief system. But right now, I think it is spreading more on the left than it is the right. And the foundation of a free society is the ability to participate in it without fear of violence. Political violence is always an attack against all of us, and you have to be willingly blind not to see that. The argument, the stupid fucking abundance publication, published an article literally today at 11 a.m. that college students increasingly believe violence is justified, and it ties directly into this moment. A generation is being taught that words are violence, that debate is harm, and that silencing opponents by force, if necessary, is acceptable. Charlie Kirk's assassination is the most horrifying example yet of where that mentality leads. This isn't just about Charlie Kirk, it's about whether America still believes in free speech as the foundation of our republic, or whether we've crossed into this new America, this new era where political violence will become the norm. And I just want to say, for those, and I fucking hate Bluesky, because Bluesky is basically where all the fucking Zoran people are. I went on Bluesky, right? And I just clicked trending on Bluesky just to see what the topics were in regards to Charlie Kirk. By the way, it's a fucking shit show for those saying, okay, you're right, politicians are not, saying, go, I'm happy Charlie Kirk is dead. But I'm gonna just say, I clicked the trending topic, so these are the most viewed, retweeted things on Bluesky. Number 2. Okay. Keep sharing the horrible shit, he said. Seeing a clip of Kirk saying, we should stone gay people next to a heartmelt morning post is doing more than you know. Where is this? Oh, yeah. Charlie Kirk spent his life working all of his energy targeting outgroups, arguing in a world in which gun massacres would be easy to enact. He became famous while doing it. And now I'm not supposed to mention it because it's not polite. Look, Bluesky is a place. The ugly blue-haired vegans who have ACAB in their bio, who are not upset about the North Carolina murder and all this other bullshit because of... What's a good way to say this? They are the worst version of woke. Like I kind of want to break this down on what I mean by woke, because on how I use it, I think it's an emphasis on identity and victimhood. It prioritizes virtue signaling. It pushes extreme of progressive ideology, and it drowns in suicidal empathy. Okay, and it feels elitist and performative. But this is it. And I'm sorry, Charlie Kirk, and I feel so bad for his family. It doesn't matter they're rich. A 3-year-old and a 1-year-old should not have to grow up without their father. A father who really just wanted to have more kids and, embrace the fate, and fine, he was a pro-life Catholic. Okay? So is 40% of the country. Either way, welcome to this new dark era of America.